There we go. We are live, guys.
We are live. Happy Tuesday, people. Come on
What's
in,
up?
come on in, come on in.
What's up, peeps? What's up? How's it going today? It is Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday, y'all. It's
It is Taco
Taco
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I
Taco
went yesterday.
Tuesday.
I should have went
But,
today.
but I'm so excited. We're going to get to have Taco Thursday.
Oh
So,
yeah, we trying to all
yeah,
get together and hang out, which we don't
yeah,
all get to do often. That
no,
amazingly enough, we talk a lot, but we don't get a chance to hang out a lot because
right.
everybody got lifing on them usually
Life be
very very
life.
hard.
Yes. So, we'll give everybody a few minutes to come on in, share and tag if you like. Happy Tuesday again. Today is March 19th, 2024, and we are just excited to be with you another week. And so tonight we have a special guest, and it is Dr. Tish Sutton Briggs. I am so excited to be able to call her my sister, my friend. I've known her over 30 years, like the majority of my life. And so she's played a major part in my life, a major part in my growth. And man, I'm gonna leave it to her and let her introduce herself a little bit, let her come in and tell what she's got, what she has to offer, what she's doing these days. She is a serial entrepreneur. And so, again, I'm just excited to have her on this platform tonight. But before we bring Tish on, Jarvis, Zandra, anything else you want to say? I got some announcements for the city of Brookhaven, Mississippi.
Now, I'm always excited for entrepreneurship, man. Anything to do with that, moving our people forward. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learning
Hmm.
something. I'm always down to hear it. So I'm do what y'all do. I'm gonna lay back this time probably and just ask me some good
What?
questions like y'all do and let y'all so I
What?
can hear what she got to say. Cause I like to hear some good talking, that good business talk. So now I'm good for tonight.
All right,
You know,
Zandra.
you know me. I'm excited to have her on to help out the entrepreneurs and get their balls rolling or get their minds thinking or push
Mhm.
them into the purpose that they're supposed to be. So hey, let's get it started and let Dr. Tish do her thing.
All right, you want to bring her on while I give the announcements, Jarvis, or you want me to go ahead and drop the
Yeah,
announcements
go ahead
there
and
for you?
start and we'll pop up right now as soon as we finish.
Okay, so for the city of Brookhaven, Mississippi, I just want to encourage everybody. We got some things going on. The momentum is high in the city. I'm seeing a lot of flyers drop. We're doing a lot of things for the kids. So in the next 2 weeks, we have two Easter egg hunts that are going to be going on in the city of Brookhaven. The first one will be on March the 30th. That's a Saturday. Alderman Andre Spiller from Ward 6. He and his family will be given an Easter egg hunt, but it's for children ages 12 and under. So for children ages 12 and under, it'll be from 11 to 2 p.m., 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Lipsy Park. They're going to have food, fun, music, good fellowship. So if you have children, this event is free. Come on out to the Lipsy Park with Alderman Spiller, Ward 6. On Sunday, the day after, we have Consistency Beyond Limitations. That's Mr. Mike Jenkins and his organization. So we're excited about that. It's going to be at the same park, Lipsy Park, and it's going to be on the 31st. And his event starts at 3 p.m. His event starts at 3 p.m. on that Sunday. They're going to have 100 golden eggs, food, game, fun, and prizes. And so, for more information, we probably put these on our website on our page. For more information, you can contact Mike Jenkins. Next, we have Miss Tadasha Bryant. She is doing an egg my yard. So if you're interested in somebody coming to fix up your yard for your children, hide Easter eggs and decorate your yard for Easter, please contact Tadasha Bryant and I'll post her information to as well. Very reasonable. Next, for the summer, we're ramping up some things. I just got two more. We have the May Day Fun Day. That's going to be a collaboration with Consistency Beyond Limitation and the Blooming Buds. That's May 25th, 2024 at the Moyer Baseball Field. That's at Lipsy Park as well. So we're really using that facility. So I'm happy about that. And last but not least, Dr. A.L. Lott Summer Sports baseball, softball registration. That's going to be held Saturday, March 23rd, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Sunday, March 24th, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. T-ball ages 3 to 5, coach pitch ages 6 to 8, little league ages 9 to 12. You can reach out to the Smiths, the Dixons, Terrence Dixon, Cynthia Dixon, Chancey Armstrong, and their group. And so we'll try to post these things on Who's Truth page, and so you can be informed. If you have any questions, please reach out and we'll try to lead you to the right person. So now, without further ado, we're going to bring on Dr. Tish Sutton Briggs. Hey, hey,
What's going
hey.
on?
Hi, everybody.
Hi. I am so happy to have you tonight. We lost Dandra, so she'll pop back on in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, Dr. Briggs, I introduced you, and so if you would listen, I have my pen and paper here tonight, and I'm just ready to take notes. I will not let these nuggets hit the ground. I'm collecting them all. And so, if you would so kindly just tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a native from Brookhaven, Mississippi.
Yes.
I know you graduated from the Brookhaven Public School District. Tell the people who you are and what you have going on these days.
Okay. I'm so excited to be here this
Thank
evening
you.
with you guys. It's such an amazing thing that you guys are doing. I try to pop in and watch every chance that I get, and it's just so much amazing information that y'all give out. I'm so excited. I'm just grateful. I am a native of Brookhaven. I went to high school, grammar school there. I graduated class of '96. So they kind of tell my age a little bit. So I did go on to be an Alkanite. ASU, Jennifer, ASU.
Jarvis, Dandra.
So yeah, so I did have an opportunity to go to Alcorn. And then I moved to Chicago, and there my career started, and I just started to do just different things as an entrepreneur. So I started off very young in entrepreneurship. I was one of those people that didn't have a clue about business, didn't know anything about business. I just had a vision. I just
Mm,
and with that vision, I had faith because I didn't have no money. I was young and dumb in business. I didn't know,
wow.
but I had the faith to believe, and I was that person that would take chances. So yeah,
Mm.
so I started out really young, 19, 20 years old. I was already kind of like doing a lot of different things, entrepreneur wise in the industry.
Wow, that's awesome. I like the fact that you said not only did you have a vision, you had the faith to match the vision. And
Right.
some of our young kids, our younger children that are coming out of high school, going into college,
Mhm.
let's speak to that, how important it is to tag team that faith along with the vision.
Yeah, it's definitely very important to really just um it's gonna be a faith walk.
Hmm.
Anything with business is gonna be a faith walk. You can have a
Hmm.
projection of what you think you're gonna make. You can have numbers that you did the year before, and the next, everything is faith. It may be
Hmm.
greater, or sometimes it may be just a test of your faith. But those individuals that's young starting out, I just say just do it. Just do
Hmm.
it. Don't let fear cripple you into trying something. Nothing beats a failure but a try. So you
Wow.
definitely could just try. You never know where it may land you. I would
Hmm.
definitely, my advice would be to education, 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 to get up under somebody that can be a mentor, that can really show you some things. Everything doesn't have to be just a trial and error. Some things
Hmm.
will, but there are some people that have been where you are, and they can show you some things. So always remain humble, always
Hmm.
remain teachable. And I think
Hmm.
sometimes with our youth, that's some of the things you run into, because they, now back in my days, we didn't have a lot of the social media sites and the
right.
YouTube and things like that you could go to as a resource. But now you have a lot of people that's their main resource. Some
Hmm.
information, you got to go to somebody that's it's been tried and true, not
Hmm.
somebody that just read something in a book and they're telling you a story. Okay, yes, your story is great and has a great ending, but I need somebody that's been tried and been through the fire.
My
There's
God.
a different type, my goodness, there's a different type of anointing I feel like that comes with that, because
Hmm.
I've seen this person grow, their business. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with getting information, from different areas, but I also say get connect with somebody that you see where they're going and you want to go there too, or even greater. So grab you a great mentor.
That is amazing. Jarvis, you got something?
So, yeah, so this is a question I like to ask all people that are in entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first light that went off in your head, or the first inkling, or the first couple ideas that you had that made you say, "Okay, this is for me"? Like not the regular work world. This is the thing for me.
Oh my goodness. It's a funny story because for me, I just kind of landed into entrepreneurship. Like I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I left Alcorn State, my second year in college, and I went to Chicago. My major was education. So I went to Chicago State, and I was doing more hair in my dormitory than I was going to class.
Come
And
on.
I called my mom one day and I was like, look, I'm about to flunk out or something because I'm doing more hair than anything. So for me, I didn't even look at it as starting my own business. I just went
Mm.
to beauty school, and I knew after I left beauty school, I was always a leader. So I worked in a salon maybe a month. So I knew I wanted to open up my own salon. So that's how I got into the entrepreneur space and didn't even realize what was being birthed at that time. I just was like, hey, I'm going to college. I thought I was going to do this early education thing, and I was doing more hair. So for me, I had to follow my passion because I
Mm.
could have stayed there and did what my mama wanted me to do. I could have, I
Mhm.
was a great student, but I was doing more of what I love to do than I was
Come
going to
on.
class. So I took the road of saying, hey, this is what I want to do for a career, which sometimes, we fall in other people's dreams. And I was that one
Mm.
that did the opposite. I'm like, hey, this is what
Wow.
I love to do. This is what I'm going to do. And I went on to get into the beauty industry and has done great. I haven't worked a job. So it's taken great care of me, throughout the years.
Yeah.
And education came back full circle. So I feel like whatever it is that God wants you to do, when you step out on faith and start your business, He'll start to bring things back to connect. Because there it was 10 years later, I was educating in the beauty industry. So education still came right back around. So that's how, my whole path with entrepreneurship started.
Sandra, you
That's
got
good.
anything? Because I'm boiling over here.
I know, I know. I mean, that's good because we never, like you said, sometimes it just falls in our lap.
Hmm.
Um, and we go for your passion. It's a big thing to go for what's in you to do.
Hmm.
So, that's good. Go for what's in you because
Yeah.
sometimes we do live out our parents' dreams or live out other people's dreams, and we're miserable living out their dreams because they're not ours.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So I
Mm.
say, live out your dreams the best you know how and allow God to lead you and guide you.
Hmm.
So that's good. Thank you for that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so here I go. You all, one of the things that I love about Dr. Briggs is that she is a woman that is small in stature, but she's a giant. She's a giant in this earth. And I'm talking about in her totality in every area. And again, I'm so grateful to call you friend and sister. But one of the things that you keep saying, and I'm about to shout, like, and so I'm just trying to maintain, but I keep hearing you say, God and faith and my purpose and vision. And so these are spiritual adjectives and things that you are proclaiming. So tell us about. Try to call me. I'm so sorry. Can y'all still hear me?
Hmm.
Hmm. You're good.
You can't hear me anymore.
Yes,
We
I
hear
can
No,
hear
we
you.
you.
still got you. You
Hold on.
good to go. It probably could hard.
Okay, hold on one
So
second. Give me 1 second. I'm
while
sorry,
Jen is
y'all.
getting right, I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
ask another question I had that was kind of a follow up while she's getting right. What a lot of people I think happen is they'll say, "Oh, I see Dr. Tish. She doing her thing. I'm gonna be just like her."
Mm.
But what they miss is the gap,
Hmm.
right? The
Hmm.
gap between when
Hmm.
you were able to do her at your dormitory to where you were. What was the time frame between you doing hair, starting the salon, to where maybe you were at your own salon and able to do only hair? And you like, was it a big gap? What was that time frame like? Was it a year, 2 years, 3 years, where you feel stable? If you get what I'm saying.
I would say, when I got out of beauty school, I did some planning. I knew what I wanted to do. And even at a young age, I knew that, in order to survive, I need to have some money. So I did a little bit of planning. So I would say maybe 6 months, because I knew that, hey, I have to eat. So I knew that I had to go out and get some clients. I knew I couldn't sit and wait. So I say within 6 months, I had a nice steady clientele, not knowing what to do to build that clientele. You know, years later it came where I understood what I did in regards to marketing. Back then when I started out, I just knew I had to eat. I'm like, okay, I got to pay my
Mhm.
bills. I got to eat. What do I need to do? And so a lot of the things that I've learned, the methods and stuff that I teach, it came from me actually being in the fire and doing it.
Wow.
Gotcha.
So I would say like 6 months after getting out of beauty school, I was like, hey, I got to figure this out, and that comes from just kind of being self-motivated. And that's why it's important to get around people that are trying to do things, in their career. Always believing that iron sharpens iron. And when
Yeah.
you're around somebody else that's literally they're on their grind, they're doing different things. It's something that ignites a fire in you that makes you say, well, I need to be on my grind. I need to be doing this. I need, and it just boils over. So in 6 months, I literally, was doing pretty good.
That's great.
Hmm.
That's really
Hmm.
But speak to that though. You 6 months you found some stability, but talk to the people about how many times things fail and how you had to get back up and start over. What does that look like in entrepreneurship?
Oh wow, it's gonna be a roller coaster ride sometimes. It's definitely gonna be a roller coaster ride, because sometimes you have to make decisions on what you want to do, and that
Mm,
doesn't feel good. Transition doesn't feel good. In business, especially when that's what you do every day. I call it that when you wake up, you write your own paycheck. So me
mm,
writing my own paycheck determines on how much energy, what I'm gonna do when I wake up that morning. So it doesn't feel good when you're not getting all the calls, or
mhm,
business start to slow down. And so that's where, as an entrepreneur, you have to learn to pivot. You have to
mhm,
learn to
mhm.
figure out, within my business, how can I create another business. So that's
Wow.
how,
Hmm.
you become a serial entrepreneur before you know it, because you're like, okay, I'm doing this, but okay, I need to figure this out. So I literally, in those downtimes, I figured out a way to make money from the clients that I did have. So when it got slow,
Mm,
hey, if they're not getting their hair done, then let me make money off the people that's coming. So I started to sell
okay.
Mary Kay. So now, not only did I have those clients that I was doing their hair, now I have a product that I was selling them. That was way back then. That
Mhm,
was back, when, Mary Kay still popping, but that was back like 26 years ago when I was doing that.
mhm,
So you're saying, okay, you have the clientele, and you go to something that is kind of business adjacent, which I like to call, or say, um, that captive marketing that you were able to do. That would
mhm,
be the technique. That captive marketing that you were able to do. What did you learn from that? Because when you're doing somebody hair, you got them there for umpteen amount of time.
Hmm.
How did you kind of get used to um, going about marketing from spot to spot? What was that transition like? Because you said at first you were a student educator. Now you marketing as a entrepreneur. And then you say
mhm,
you got into education even more and it kind of circled back. Now,
Hmm.
what does education look like in hair? And how did you market yourself to get into that education is my question.
Oh
mhm,
wow, it's phenomenal that you asked that question, because I literally and took the leap of faith that I actually moved from Chicago to
Mm,
Atlanta, where I reside now. I reside in Atlanta. I've been here since 2008. So if you know about beauty and barbering, if you don't have clients, you don't make money. So I literally transitioned from one state to the next.
mm,
And that was scary for me in entrepreneurship, because I didn't have any clients. I had a few family members, here in Atlanta, but I had to figure out what to do. So when that's where the education came, because I had distributors that saw my work. They saw, the hairstyles I was doing because I had been on the hair scene. So I had distributors that was like, hey, I think you'll be good as a platform artist. I didn't know what a platform artist was. I just knew that I could get a day pay. I'm like, well, hey, I'll try that. What do I need to do? So I transitioned into a platform artist, and I learned, I'm like a student of whatever I do. So I sat
Mhm.
back, I soaked up the information, and I'm like, oh, wow, they're teaching people how to do hair, or they're teaching people how to become an entrepreneur, open their own salons. Now, mind you, I'm just coming from Chicago where I owned a salon. I owned a barbershop. I had them at the same time. But now they were teaching people how to do this. I'm like, that's me. I can teach somebody how to do this. I done been through the fire. And so that's how the education piece was literally birthed. It was
Wow.
birthed through just someone, my brother actually showed somebody my pictures and was like, my sister do hair. And I went from being in the salon to being on a platform internationally all over the world doing hair. And I just studied it. I'm like, okay, they're teaching people the stuff that I've been through. So I literally packaged what I had been through and I just put it out there on the platform. Like, hey, you want to open up your own salon? I'm your coach. And so it went from there and I created a business. And I say this that a lot of time as entrepreneurs, we make it hard. It's right in your hands. It's the talents that you have that's in your hands that will make you money. God has given us the gifts. It's in our hands. And sometimes we're reaching for different things. And your experiences that you've been through, the things that you create, we're so creative. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I built the salon and now I'm teaching people all over the world. And now I created a book. So now those are different streams of income that I had coming in. So, we can start as entrepreneurs. I mean, it could be Jarvis, you may know how to bake cakes. Okay, you may sell the cakes. Okay, let me sell the recipes. Okay, let me sell my own brand of sugar. Those
Mhm.
are different things as an entrepreneur. When we dig into those things and really just see what's in us and pull it out, the money is in our hands.
My goodness.
I hope I answered.
Ooh.
I hope I answered your question.
So so talk about that plate. So as entrepreneurs, because we're so creative, because we are creative individuals, we have so much that we're trying to do at one time. And so
Mhm.
you taught me about the plate. Give the people the plate analogy. This is gonna be good, y'all. This is gonna be good. This changed my life. This woman changed my life.
So I have this thing about a plate because we'll pick up so many different things and we'll juggle things. You have several businesses going on, so much that you're doing, and we can't really even see what's productive or what's really making money because we got so much on our plate. So I have individuals to get a plate like they get a styrofoam plate or just a plate that you can write on, and I tell them to carve out every business that you have and allocate the time and financially what the time and energy and money that you're making from that business. I want you to look at it.
Mm,
And so when you start to make that plate and you start to see everything that you have on your plate, you're gonna know that you're Superman or Superwoman because you're gonna like, how am I doing all of this? And then the next thing to that plate is to what is not a financial gain for you? You will start to see that there are things that you're spending so much time on that you're not making a dime from.
Mm.
mm,
But you holding on to it as a business because this my baby. This what I started. Well, the book that you write may need more of your time because that's what people want. So you have to
mhm,
look at your plate. So I tell everybody go and create that plate to really see what's on your plate because sometimes we really don't know.
mhm,
We really don't know what's on our plate.
And you making 100% sense, and it's very
Mhm.
very accurate, because I tell people a lot of times they come, man, what about the business? I tell them, look, until you start making a profit, it's a hobby. That's what you got yourself, a hobby, because you playing
Yes,
around. Until
yes.
you get serious about that thing and get you some customers and start to build up, now you into business for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And something else you was talking about, how you got the cake and now you're gonna sell the recipe. A lot of times when people start to get into entrepreneurship, they assume that the recipe is gonna sell like the cake, and
Come on
usually
now.
that's not the case. because now you got a percentage of something, and
Mhm.
they'll turn down the recipe percentage because it. Let's say you're making $500 off of cakes, but you're making 50 off the recipes. But you're gonna turn down 50 because you're gonna say that ain't no money. You see what I'm
Mm,
saying? But then
mhm.
you have to realize that 10% of something is better than 0% of nothing, as one of my mentors like to say. So if you can sell those recipes at 50 a pop and you get them going, now you got a bigger bag.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Everything that goes in the bag, man, you got to keep that plate to get
Mhm.
full with some cash then and some cash flow. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
with you. I'm like Jen tonight. I be popping. Look, my degree was in entrepreneurship, so I'm ready. I like what you talk about. Go
And you
ahead.
know, one of the things that I always tell people when I'm talking about marketing and branding, and I talk about the branding side of things, is that a lot of times people just come up with a name, they come up with a logo. Some of them don't even come up with that. You know, nowadays they just come up with a name and this is my name and I open up a business. But when you properly brand your business, I tell everybody to look at it as a tree that has all these different branches. Okay. So when you have a business, it's not that your business is that one entity. You have to make sure you structure it in a way where you have all of these different branches. And I use the example of myself. Like I have, several businesses. We have the Day to Day Express. I'm the CEO of Vision and Grind. So what that tree looks like for me is that I'm Tish Sutton, but I have Day to Day here. I have Vision and Grind here. I have my real estate here. I'm an investor here. So I scale those businesses, and each business has its own identity, which your identity is really just your brand. Your brand identity. And when you build that, you want to build it to be a investor graded business. And what an investor graded business is that business should be sellable. And I teach this to them many times, that means that every extension of your businesses should have its own identity. What does that mean, Tish? That means Vision and Grind has its own logo. Tish Sutton has her own logo. Day to Day Express has its own logo. All of those are different businesses. So I build those brands to be fundable and investigated businesses. What does that mean? So what that looks like is, we just talked about the cake and we talked about the recipe, right? So if those businesses are built where they're different entities, then you may sell the recipe um, brand book or whatever you call that business to somebody that's all that they do. So what that looked like for me was that I used to own a product company called Hair Trends Professional Product Line. So all of my brands, I built them to be investigative businesses. So when I was ready to sell that business, I had built it where I could sell it. I sold that business as a turnkey business. So literally, I was able to put that business on the market and say, "Hey, sent it out to a couple of investors. I'm selling this business. It's X amount of dollars. This is what it comes with. Blah 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 blah." So a lot of times we're not taught to build your business as an investigated business. Not just, oh, I'm going out of business. I'm having a going out of business sale. For what? Sell that business. You're just gonna sell all the products, sell all the clothes, sell the book. No, sell that brand.
So
And
so
so,
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Keep going.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
See, you hitting them with so many things. Sometimes we
I'm
got to go
telling you,
back as
this is a
entrepreneurs.
lot.
So touch on what you mean by scale,
Mm-hmm.
right? You understand? And then we got to go to when you're selling a business, we're talking about assets, liabilities. As much as you can, kind of breeze through it, because some people may not. When you said I scale my businesses, they may not understand what you mean when you say scale your businesses. So that just kind of dab on it a little bit.
Okay. So when I scaled my business, let's go back a little bit to brand identity. Each of the businesses have their own identity. And there's three things in branding that we talk about. You have to have a name, a logo, and a tagline. Those are the three things that I always teach about. Because I tell them to think about this. When you're born into this world, there's two things they're going to give you before you leave the hospital. And that's
A
your
name and a
name
social.
and your social security number. Those are two things they're going to give you. Why do they give you that? They give you that because they want to identify who you are for the rest of your life. They can type
Mm,
your social security number in and don't even need to know your name because you've been branded.
Come
So
on here,
it's the
girl.
same thing with your business, having that name, that logo, and that tagline. People can see those McDonald arches way before they get to it. And
Mm-hmm.
because of that logo, they know McDonald's is coming up. So each of your businesses, as you're scaling them, have to have a brand identity, which is the name, the logo, and the tagline. Now, once you have that brand identity, you build each business. As far as scaling them up, you want to, number one, start to get your, make sure you have your EIN. Make sure you have your Dun and Bradstreet's number. Make sure you start to build your business credit. Those are different things each one of your businesses should have. I hear a lot of people talk about business credit now, but each one of your businesses should have it. So that's scaling. That's part of, quote unquote, um, of scaling your business in short form, for the lack of time on here. But those are some of the basics, of scaling your business. Because without brand identity, then you just another flyer. You just another business card. You
Mm-hmm.
know, people should be able to see your logo and identify and say, oh, that's Jennifer. Oh, that's Zan. Oh, they should know that. So when you're building your business, you literally have to have that to scale your brand. Okay. So that would be, I know that, Jarvis, that was one of the questions you have, and then
Right. And I said, just touch on when you talking about turning a turnkey business. Some
turn.
people may not know what the term turnkey means. And
Okay,
then
okay.
when you selling it, you talking about selling the assets, because you said if you're going out of business, that's selling the assets of the business and getting out of there. But what you did was take a turnkey business where somebody can walk in the door. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I'm gonna let
let's
you
break
break it
that
down
down.
for me.
Okay,
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
a turnkey business. So basically, so I'm gonna use myself as an example. So a turnkey business is your business is already existing, is already making money, is already doing great numbers. You've been in the business, just say 10 years, and you've been doing great. But maybe now God is having you to pivot to something else. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
you build your brand as I've taught you with just a little bit, and you have your numbers together, you literally pull your documents, your financial documents, and you're going to sell the liability to them. If it's a product-based business, then you can sell, that goes in the package. With me having a product company, they got all the product that I had in inventory. They own the rights of the logo. They got all of my constant contact and MailChimp and all of my contacts. So they in that package got everything that I was doing while I was operating in business. So turnkey means they walk literally in
And ready to go.
and ready to go. And all of the
Mhm.
things I named, they got those things with it. So if you have a boutique or something like that, instead of just selling the clothes, sell the entire business. Sometimes people even sell the business. So say you have a boutique, and you literally like, okay, well, I want to move on to something else. So you can sell it as a turnkey, meaning the building, the clothes in it. You don't move a rack. You don't do nothing. You just say somebody can walk in here and take this lease over. Of course, talk to your landlord if you don't own the building. I talk about owning the building too. But
Mhm.
if talk to your landlord, tell them, hey, I'm selling this business. I want to, lease this. I want you to lease it to XYZ, whoever the new buyer is, and go in there. You may sell the business for 20 grand with the clothes and everything in it.
And that's when you see under new management. Like, say, for instance, a
Mm-hmm.
business may still have the name, but you won't see Dr. Briggs anymore. You may see Jennifer. And that's because I'll just say under new management. So that way I keep the same clientele. You built Dr. Briggs has already built a rapport with all these customers. And so buying a turnkey is beneficial for me as a new entrepreneur because I'm coming in. She's already did the legwork. She's already built the clientele. She already has the product. I already have all of her connects. So she just baked the cake for me and now I'm ready to eat. That's
Exactly.
pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Exactly. And
So
that's what a turnkey
Good.
business
Oh,
is. It's already done. The blueprint is already there.
So
yeah.
let me ask you another one. I got a couple good ones for you because like I'm like Jen, you don't got my wheels turning. And
Yeah.
sometimes people can hear stuff from other people and it sounds a little better to them,
Yeah.
and it's palatable to them, and they can take it better. So one thing I see when I talk to people, just friends and different people, they talk about why their brand, because we talk about branding, why their brand is doing this. Oh, these people don't want to pay that. Can you tell the people the difference between a luxury brand and a discount brand? And
Mm.
how you brand yourself is
Mm.
going to dictate the number that you get. See,
Exactly. Oh, I love that quote. Listen, Jarvis, let
go
me tell
ahead.
you, I always tell people, I say, hey, you can make money the way you want to make money, but there you can either be, no offense to either
Come
one,
on, come on, come on.
you can either be a Macy's and a Dillard's, or you can be
Mm.
a Dollar Tree. Both of them make money. Don't
Mm.
misunderstand
Yes,
it. But how many
come on.
dollar items do I have to buy to get to that $100 I'm gonna spend in Macy's or Dillard's? Okay, so you can distinguish what you want to be.
You
Do you
talking
want to
my
be?
talk.
Do you want to be a Dunkin' Donuts, or do you want to be a Starbucks? Both of them have great
Mm.
coffee, but Starbucks gonna hit you for about $10 a cup.
You
You
ain't coming
know,
out of there with nothing
so
less. Come
nothing
on.
less. And so when do you want a chicken sandwich from McDonald's, or do you want a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
Okay,
Knowing your worth.
come
Knowing
on
your
now.
worth.
Knowing your worth, but also in knowing your worth, you gotta have the quality. Some
Mm.
people want to
Mm.
literally, you have to have the quality. Let's just be real about it. Chick-fil-A, when you walk through the door, they just like, welcome Chick-fil-A. Thank you for coming to Chick-fil-A. McDonald's, y'all know what you
My
might get.
pleasure. My pleasure.
My pleasure.
My
They
pleasure.
Yeah.
My
one
pleasure.
day they came and they brought me and refilled my drink when I was sitting in Chick-fil-A. So it's the difference on what you give with your brand. That's very,
Hmm.
very important on how, ask yourself sometimes, hey, what am I doing? With my brand, would I shop with my brand? Don't have cop, have do nothing. Everything. I always believe in why should I do it small when I can do it big? Every time you have to think big. You have to think big
Mm.
about your brand. Whatever you have, do your very best. You may not be, my goodness, you may not be able to have every dollar and every nickel that you may need, but I'm gonna bring the best that I have. I'm gonna bring the best,
Spirit of excellence.
everything, and that determines how far you go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because again, do you want to work smarter, or do you want to work harder?
Mhm.
Chick-fil-A ain't open on Sundays,
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. No
and
Sunday.
the line still wrapped around the building.
And it ain't no
Mm-mm.
talk about the compromise.
Ain't
They
no
don't even
talk.
ain't no talk. They said
That
this. We not open on Sunday.
this
You
is what
can't
I
make
do.
us open on Sunday because, as
This
you
is what I
said,
do.
we own the building. We own the franchise. And if you
You
want a
can do
chicken
what I
sandwich,
want.
send me what Big Red say. My office hours we open from Monday through Saturday. Like
That's
Big
it.
Red. The other day, don't come talk to me after office hours. You feel me?
Exactly. And
But
it's
not on.
about,
Go ahead.
it's about like definitely setting standards.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes as small
Yeah.
business owners, they think, oh, I'm just a small business and this and this, and oh, I'm gonna hang a sign and tell them I'll be back later. And I no, do business. Do
The
business the
business.
way that you supposed to do business. If you don't know, take some classes. If you don't know, as I said, get a mentor. We don't know everything. But if you say that you open from 9 to 5 and I
Be
come
there.
there at 1 o'clock and you got a sign on the door talking about be right back. Come on now. You know, what is that saying about your brand? Your brand is your identity. My goodness, your brand is your identity. So what are you saying about your identity? What are you saying about who you are?
Your
And that
integrity.
goes a long way because people should be able to see a logo and say, oh, I got great service there. I seen another one in Memphis. I got great service there. I seen one in New Orleans. That's how you're able to expand your brand. So I
Mm.
that's definitely, the quality of your brand, that's it. It means everything.
I listen.
I hope y'all taking notes. That's what I say. Hope y'all
I,
taking notes.
Zandra, do you have anything? Because I got a loaded question
I'm
here
just
next.
soaking it. I'm just soaking it
Yeah,
all in.
Doctor
So go ahead.
Doctor Briggs, you gotta talk to our people about investing in yourself. I mean, because I know how many conferences you've gone to. I mean, not in whole, but the ones that I know. I know you had to spend money. I know that you wasn't getting $20 education sessions and workshops. I know it's like, my bank account about to be in the red, but I have to keep investing in myself because
Mhm.
I know one day the return is going to be massive. And that's why you sit in the seat that you sit in now, because you were not scared to invest in yourself. T- I really need you to dig into that, and let's talk about, if you don't invest in yourself, how do you expect others to? Can we go there?
Oh, absolutely. Definitely investing in yourself is one of the most important things. Investing in yourself, investing in your business. I mean, that's the heartbeat of your business.
Hmm.
A lot of times we need that more so than anything, because we don't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers, and sometimes the people around us don't even have the answers. We all scratching our head trying to figure it out. So it's important to invest in yourself, because um,
Yes.
we don't, we trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to, again, like I said, iron sharpen iron. Sometimes we live in small cities. I talk to people all the time. They're from small cities, and it's like crabs in a bucket. And it's like, if I do this, somebody else trying to do this. So sometimes you have to come out of your environment. And when
Ah.
you come out of that environment and you network and rub elbows with some other people, it's something that ignite a fire in you. So you have
Right.
to, pay to go to certain conferences, pay to go to different trainings, to just level up yourself, and your brand, and see some other things. Because sometimes we get complacent with what we see around us. So it's I went coast to coast educating myself, and then I come back and I do trainings. A lot of the information that I've gotten. I have a conference that's coming up here in Atlanta, and I literally, we're doing this conference so different, because a lot of people. How many of y'all have you went to a conference and seen at the conference so much stuff, and you took so many notes, notebook this thick, and you come back and you stuck like, okay, where do I apply it?
You don't know what to do
Mhm.
next.
Life
You,
to a life,
you
and then you
lost.
like. So we literally, myself and Elgin, which is a man. He came up under ET, if y'all know ET.
Mm-hmm.
Eric so
Air
we
talk. Mm-hmm.
actually having a conference here in Atlanta in April, but it's a hands-on conference.
Mm.
Mm.
So you
Talk
bring
about that.
your laptops, you bringing your LLCs, you bringing all your information, and we gonna help you each end. We're not gonna tell you, hey, you need to get a Dun and Bradstreet number, and then you like, where do I find it? How many times we done wrote that down and then went back and tried to research it and
You
try to
can't
figure
figure out.
something out?
Mm-hmm.
So
No, we doing it right on the spot. We going around, and every person in that seat, if you don't have it set up, we coming around. We got people that's gonna be there helping. We're gonna be doing
yeah,
helping you set up your 501c3, helping you look at government grants. We're gonna be talking about business credit. We're gonna be talking about building a fundable business. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. So, and then we did the conference at $399. So when I talk about investing yourself,
Mm-hmm.
399 is nothing for you to come help me set up all five of my businesses, and that's, I brought that up because 399 to a lot of the people that have already registered, they was just like, this is banana.
Blown away. And let me say something to that, Jarvis. I
hold
know
on,
you got
Jen.
to quit.
Wait. This is what
Okay,
I'm gonna
you know
say.
I'm finna go.
Cause they do it. Look, every time we get off and we get
Yeah.
some, I say, hey, I ask my friend, what can we improve? They say, let everybody ask some questions because we be so hyped and
Oh
passionate about
yeah,
what.
I'm sorry.
So y'all, if y'all got some questions, please ask them in the comments. They'll be on the screen. We'll answer them. We not ignoring y'all. We usually just be so into it. Then
Yes,
look,
yes,
and it
yes.
came out quick. There you go. Miss Wendy Hiller wants to know, when is the
When is
conference
the
in
conference?
Atlanta?
Okay, the conference in Atlanta is April the 13th and the 14th. Okay, April the 13th and the 14th. And you can actually text. We have a text line, and you can text. Let me see. Our text line is 678-977-2781. That's our text line. So you can text that text line and just say conference. And so
Tell me the
somebody,
number again. 678.
six
Hold
seven
on.
eight 977-2781, and just text conference, and somebody from our conference team will contact you for you to get
Nine
signed up for the conference, because we
six
are
seven eight 977 2781.
Yeah.
2781. Yep.
All
So
right.
make sure you reach out, because we are taking, a
There you
limited amount of people, because we want to be able to help everybody get to their
there
goal.
you go, Miss Hiller. We put it in the
Oh,
comment section.
oh,
Oh,
come
you
on.
did it too? So they ain't gonna miss it. It is in the comment section for y'all to have it. You know what I'm saying? So Jen, fire your way, and if we get some more comments, I'm put them up on the screen.
Man, you
So
should
there
let me
is.
take fire then. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead,
Okay.
Jay.
Give
so
me one
there's
second. Let me get a bottle of water. Is that okay?
Go ahead. Yeah, go
Man, do
ahead.
your
Go for
thing.
it.
Okay.
this is amazing. So, this is good. This is good. I hope people are taking notes. I hope people are really listening. And for a lot of entrepreneurs, this is like on point, especially for the beginning of the year to get you set. This is good. This is really good. This is really good.
Yeah,
Really good.
Yeah, and
man.
she's talking the right things, man. Brand presence, um, knowing this audience, knowing that you got to get to another level. And she said something just a few seconds ago, and most people didn't catch it. She says, "I got a text line you can use."
Mm-hmm.
That's another automated
Branding.
system. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's an automated system as well, and a lot of people don't want to
So
go
she
to
won't miss
automation,
anything,
so she
but she
won't
won't
miss
miss it.
anything.
She won't miss it
That,
because she's a serialpreneur, and so she's saying, "Oh my God, Jarvis, this is good." She's prioritizing, compartmentalizing things. It's like I know I got this going on, this, and so I got a conference coming up, and so I may not be available at this moment, and my administrator may not be available. But if you text that line,
but I
we
got a
coming back.
text line.
I
But
got a
So
text
you
line.
know,
that
you
also
you
makes
Ah,
you feel it also makes you feel like you're important, that I'm gonna make sure I get back to you.
yeah, and
yeah.
You
people
have
gotta
value, that I want to invest in you, and I want you to be the best of you. So hey, here's this, because I want to connect with you, and I want to get you where you need to go. So I mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
Everything is trackable. Everything is
hmm
trackable.
Yeah,
hmm
people, and you got to think about this also. When you're an entrepreneur and you doing business, sometimes you don't want everybody with your number. So now you
Oh,
have an automated system to where if you text this, I can text you back from the automated system and not
right.
necessarily text you back from my number. Um, I use it when it comes to Square. Square has a thing; it costs $10 a month, and
mhm.
if you hit me on Square, I can text you back on Square. Now you don't got to text my phone all night
Mm-hmm.
just when you got a thought in your head about whatever. I can answer your message as I see fit. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying?
And I
Mm-hmm.
think that also helps us stay balanced in life. You know,
hmm
it keeps the boundaries. It keeps us stable in our minds because we are people. We're not robots, right? And so that's beautiful. But Doc, I got to get into this. I want to hit two things. I want to talk about because we got people watching, and even as we're growing in entrepreneurship, or we're contemplating or thinking about this is something we want to go into. A lot of times the people around us will discourage us because they say, well, girl, I don't know if you should do that. Well, girl, that might cost too much. Let's talk. You talked about the small minds, but you didn't dig in it like I wanted you to. So when we coming from small towns,
Mm-hmm.
because, oh God, thank you, because we have not seen what we sometimes see in our belly, because there are no, ooh, I feel the Holy Ghost. We have not tapped into or are seen have tangible examples. Everything that we know is via social media, via television. We don't have any tangible, accessible people that we can touch and say, you making what? You doing what? Or here's another thing. Here's the second part to that. Or if we do, those people begin to get their head up, and now they forget where they come from. Because I talk about it in Mississippi all the time, and I'm so accessible, baby. I help you because I know it's hard coming out these trenches, right? So talk about how we can dismantle those negative things when people start talking, because I know how I did it, but when people start talking negatively about vision, well, number one, stop casting your vision, everybody. Let's go there for a minute.
Oh, it's two words. Change your circle in isolation. It's
hmm
it's it's, it's that simple because
Simple.
I'm real big on guarding my eye gates, guarding my ear gates. So I
Mm,
gotta be careful when somebody's speaking to my spirit.
That part.
Because
come on
now
here.
they're playing the spirit of doubt. I,
Mm,
I don't need that person and the enemy fight me. Now I got my
come on.
who I thought was a partner and the devil fight me. So you have to be
Mm,
real careful about your ear gates and your eye gates, what you see and what you hear. So you got to protect yourself, protect your vision. So a lot of
Mhm.
times it's gonna cause you a season of isolation sometimes, and just in prayer, just praying, asking God to plant the people in your life that you need to be in company with. And we have to
Wow.
be quick to shut some stuff down. Some
Quick.
things shouldn't even hit your ear gates. You know what I'm saying? You have to, my goodness, you have to check yourself.
Mm.
Sometimes we desire to go higher. Sometimes we
Mhm.
desire to do so much more in business, and sometimes your business not moving because of who you are. You have to think
Uh-oh.
about,
Mm.
why my brand not growing? Your brand not growing because you messy.
Ooh.
Why ain't nobody shopping over here? Ain't nobody shopping because your store nasty. I'm just gonna be real. Can I be real
Yeah.
here today?
Yeah. Come on. Come
Because
on.
sometimes people look at what they think they or who they think or this, that, and the other. And hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm walking in here and you ain't even speak, but you want my money. So when I start to say those type of things, it's very important that you cut off some people that's around you. Some people, my
Mm.
goodness, don't want to cut folks off because they your friend and you grew up with them and it's your brother and you go to
Mm-mm.
church with them. Well, your church
Mm-mm.
partner is messy. They negative, and they don't see what you
Ain't
see.
got no faith.
Everybody not gonna have that vision that you have. Everybody not gonna believe in, my goodness. Every God has given every man a measure of faith, and He's
Girl, you
given
better
him
come on
that,
here.
that faith the size of a mustard seed. So therefore, there may be some things that you believe in God for, the others don't see it. So you need
Mm-hmm.
somebody that's gonna be a purpose pusher versus
Come on.
Yeah.
somebody that's going to be negative in your ear. So you have to start to think about, man, God, where you taking me to? I have to literally change my circle. And you have to think,
Mm.
how bad do you want it?
Come on.
How bad do I want to succeed? How bad do I want to go to the next level? How bad do I want to be that multi-million dollar person? Not for me, but so I can help the generations that's behind me. I can help the people that's around me so that I won't live in lack. And so you have to ask yourself, this relationship that I have with this individual, our friendship, I have to cut it off. That's how
And
deep it is for me. I love you, but I got to go.
You got
I
to
listen,
love
you
go.
you, but
ain't
I'm gonna have to separate.
You
And
got to
it
go.
means that much to me for me and the generation to come and for my family. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I'm 46 years old. Look, I'm creating my exit plan.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
I don't have time to be playing with nobody that's a negative Nancy or
Mm-mm.
a doubting Tom. I don't have no time for that. So if I hear that from someone, I'm not nasty with them or anything like that. They won't know. I just probably won't be around them a whole lot because I
Mhm.
need someone to say, "Man, we can do it. Let's have faith to do it."
Mhm.
I don't have no money. Well, girl, we gonna go to Atlanta to that conference. Girl, we ain't got no money. Well, guess what? You get the room and I got the gas. That's the type
Huh.
of partnership that
Huh.
you want. You
Mhm.
feel me? We can share a room, girl. Guess what? My friend,
We'll split that burger. We've done it.
yeah.
We'll split it. We fasting this week.
How bad do you want it? So when
Mhm.
I want to speak to that person that may struggle with that, because sometimes it can be a struggle. Because sometimes those people lie right around us. They are family members, and sometimes they are the people that you see the most. And so you have to think to yourself, God, give me that give me the spirit to be able to detach myself from them.
mm-hmm.
And not that you just done with them, but you have to separate. I hope that
And
helps
and
somebody, but
and
you have
and
to separate.
and what you saying is true because that messiness, that down talking is catchy. That
Mm-hmm.
It is.
pessimistic attitude is catchy. And
Mm-hmm.
if you hang around them long enough, you'll catch it. And
Mm-hmm.
next thing you know, you down yourself. And
Exactly.
it go back to what you said. Being an entrepreneur, anything like that, it's a lonely road. So it takes a lot of
Yeah.
self-motivation and self-confidence. So to have somebody else pulling on your confidence or telling you all the time it's a bad idea or telling you all the time that you can't do it. But like Jen said, they best never they might have never seen nobody on a nag
Mm-mm.
before, like
Mm-mm.
Django. When you come up on that nag, they just never seen nobody do
They
what
never
you
seen
did.
it.
So it's
They
the
never
first
seen
time
it.
for everything. And just be you and do what you
That's
gotta do.
it. That's it.
And
And you have to be ready. You have to ask God to give you the anointing to let certain things roll off your back. Because as
Mhm.
you grow and as God begins to bless you, and He bless you not just with some things that you can see, and you drive in a
Ah.
certain way and you live in a certain way. You have to ask God to cover you and cover your mind so that you're not looking like, God, is this something to do? No, you earn them blessings. You drive what
Mhm.
you want, live how you want, and you have to
Mhm.
literally, like, make sure that you're in a certain space, because you got to be ready for that. Because with another level, a different devil. So we have to definitely, be prepared for that. Prepare for that. Ooh, she thinks she all that. Ooh, he think he all that. Because especially when you come from a small town. They didn't went to New York and think they all that. So you have to be ready for certain things. And then also, I want to say this: you have to, even in entrepreneurship, you have to think about your demographics on where you're at. It's difficult to bring something from another state and then try to come put it in a small town. Sometimes it may not work because they ain't with that yet. They still doing it a certain way. Not that something is wrong with that, but you have to be wise in your investments. Just because you didn't went somewhere and saw it and you think it's a great idea and you're gonna come down here and start this, that, and the other, it may not be for that city, or it may not be for that season.
Right. Right. Wow. And what I'm loving is not just entrepreneurship that you're talking about. We're talking about life in general as well. And so we, for those that don't have an entrepreneur, this applies to your life as well. So, girl, you just, I'm
man.
like, I'm gonna have to go back. Look, I'm gonna have to go back and watch our own replay just to take notes.
Yeah, and Dr. Briggs, we're definitely going to honor your time. I know that you are seasoned, just timing is everything. Jarvis, do we have any questions? I know you're busy. I honor your time. I thank you. I want you to close out.
Hold
If
on.
we don't have any questions, go ahead.
Wait, how would they contact you? Because I did see
That's what we're
someone
doing.
saying that's what I see someone that said they want a consultation with you, or a one-on-one, or
That's what we
coaching.
were doing.
So how would we tell people to reach out to you, or would you be able to post all that information on our page so that people can get it? Because we want people to utilize your gift, and so that they are blessing, so they can be blessed as well. So please make sure that you let us know how to.
Absolutely. So I definitely leave my information, and again, they can text the text line at 678-977-2781. They can text conference, if it's coaching, text coaching, and then somebody will definitely get back with you with what you're looking for. But every entrepreneur that's under the sound of my voice, I hope that they are able to invest in themselves to be able to come out to the conference. And if they're not really sure, if they miss some of this information, or they want to know what it's all about, text conference and we'll give you a call and tell you the different things we'll be doing at the conference. We don't want to leave nobody out. You can definitely follow me on all social media outlets, at Dr. Tish Sutton. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I am on TikTok. So they can definitely go and follow me. There's so many things that's going to be going on at the conference, because we're dealing with entrepreneurship. So it's not just one thing. We have people that have trucking business, people that's in real estate. I'm a real estate investor, teaching people how to liquidate cash and with off their cards, and being able to flip their money. Because some of us, we have great credit, and you might be sitting on $200,000-$300,000 and don't even know it, because you don't know how to move your money around. So we're going to be doing a lot of that. We're going to be talking about business credit. We're going to be talking about government contracts. Talking about how to raise your own personal score. We got a lot of things that's going to be going on. So if they text that number 678-977-2781 and text conference, and then what I am going to do, I'm also going to talk with the conference. I'm going to bless somebody. So I want to, if anybody that's on this live that decides they want to come, guess what? We're going to take $99 off of the
Look at that.
So if you on here, make sure you text me this evening, so that I can get the team on it and just let them know, because I know when the directors, I'm like, yes, they know I'm all about blessing people. So we don't want to leave no excuses. Some of us have literally been trying to figure it out. And if you under the sound of my voice and been trying to figure it out, hey, we here for you. We here for you.
Miss Wendy sound like she gonna be there. Miss Wendy sound like she gonna be there,
She said,
baby.
bless. She
Miss Wendy
said,
sound
bless
like she
me.
pulling up. Miss Wendy sound like she's pulling up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. Pull up on us, Miss Wendy.
Man, you know what, Jen? We may have to have some type of, I don't know what we would have to
We're gonna
call
have to
it.
round back because we didn't even scratch
Yeah,
the surface.
it's
We
so
didn't
much
scratch the
stuff
surface.
or whatever we need to do, man. We got to get this together or have some type of round table, rapid
Yeah,
fire where
I
people just come ask. We
actually,
got to do some more stuff.
when Dr. Tish comes to Mississippi, I'm gonna have some type of seminar platform and just get her in person. Bird, you up next? Yes, yes. He's
But
a
he want
serialpreneur
hey,
as
pull him
well.
up, man.
He's a
Pull him up.
serialpreneur, so he up Mr. CEO. So you definitely up next. But we're gonna sis, thank you. I just I'm full right now and
Man,
I'm
we
gonna be quiet
appreciate
because
Yes.
yeah, yeah, I just feel something else.
Mr.
But
Bird, when he asked, he could definitely attest to the conference. He's been out to our conference before.
you.
yeah, and
Listen,
you
man,
you
that's
work
cool.
heavily with David Banner and just a lot of different other people. I mean, she's been in some big spaces, and again, it's just an honor and privilege to call you friend, call you sister, and she's one of my mentors, and so I love you. We thank you for tonight. You guys, please reach out via text 678-977-2781. We'll get you her information. We'll drop it on the Who's Truth page.
Mhm.
And we're gonna bring her back. I want to see if we can get your co-laborer, the guy that's gonna be with you in the conference. If we can get him on here, man, this is gonna be
Yeah,
phenomenal.
just sit up.
We trying to get y'all some
Look, like I
real
tell
liquid
all my
gold.
people, pick a Tuesday. Pick a
Yeah,
Tuesday. If we ain't already got
yeah.
somebody on schedule, it's your Tuesday. Just pick
We'll
a
shuffle it
Tuesday.
around.
Even if you want to come back, if you got an event to promote. I saw what was the other event, Jen? We saw another event that she had coming up. I saw
She
two
has
events from her.
April
April,
7th. Go ahead,
April
I'm sorry.
April the 13th and 14th. It's in Atlanta.
April
Uh-huh.
13th, 14th.
Yep.
Okay,
And
okay,
before
cool.
we go, this is the last thing. Next week, we're going to have the chief of police from Columbus, Mississippi, Chief Joseph Daughtry, and he's going to be talking about gun violence and just saving our kids. So please tune in next Tuesday. Who's Truth, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be back with Chief Joseph Daughtry. Tish, Dr. Tish, we love you, we thank you, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
All right. Thanks for having me.